But I want to very just quickly just touch on something about the fear, being afraid. I want to touch on being afraid and how society has tapped into this thing called fear and made millions and millions of dollars from it. There's society, we are afraid of so many different things, We get panicky, and jumpy, and just get so like, oh my gosh, we can for so many things. This one company I want to talk about, realize how people can get so scared. So what do? They say, okay, we're going to try to do something that we could make millions from. And this company was successful in making millions on our fear. This company from 2009, from 2009, it really started booming, because they realized after something happened, after the epidemic, not 9/11, but something else happened, they just went bananas, and they made millions and millions of dollars off of our fear. You know what that is? I'm going to share with you. In 2009, there was an outbreak of flu. And people were going crazy because they said, you touch anything, you're going to get it. Whatever you touch, you're going to get it. And everybody started going crazy. And this company, Purell, made millions and millions of dollars out of our fear. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have this in a small portion in your bag.
I'm out.
Look, they make these things for keychains. So they make it convenient for us because they know that we are scared people. And you know what? They are so right. I get on the train sometime and I start panicking when I see people sneeze. So I take my jacket and hold on because I know I'm afraid, like, you know, if I touch this thing, I'm gonna get the flu. People come to my house, they gotta take off their shoes. I don't know why. I say, you gotta take off your shoes. I don't care. This is holy ground. Take off your shoes. I try to be deep about it. It's holy ground. Take your shoes. But the reason why I do that is because I don't want anybody bringing dirt from outside in the house. And I've gotten sick less because of that, by the way. I'm serious. I've gotten sick less. But I will not make me feel like I'm the only one. So we buy these by kilos. That's just a whole bunch of kilos. And we take every little thing we do, and we satisfy. We're clean. Why? Because we smell clean. 3 things that I want to just talk about really quickly that we have to really get a hold of and understand why the fear comes. 1, not knowing. We have fear of not knowing. How many of you have fear of not knowing? If you ever go to the movies, now you know what's going to happen. You sit there and you see the person walking and looking at the sound of a monster in the room, and they're asking, who's there? Johnny? Not only that, but they walk towards the room, and the music is going dun 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 dun. One thing is not knowing. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We buy Purell because we don't know what we're going to touch. Who touched whatever first? We don't know who touched whatever first, and that had sneeze. I've seen it before. I see it all the time. It looks clean, but it's like, right, because it's silver and shiny. But it's like, you don't know, so you are afraid. I'm afraid to touch it. Jeremiah 10:10 says, but the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and an everlasting King. Look, I may not know who touched that. I may not know what's on there. I may not know what kind of germ is living and waiting to crawl and jump into my hand and go into my system. And I may not know these things, but I know one thing, that there's no greater God than my God. I know there's no greater God than Jehovah. There's no greater God than Elohim. There's no greater God. I don't care who people think they are, who they worship. I don't care if they worship at a lettuce. I don't care what it is. We serve the only true living God. And if we don't have that that faith and believing that, we're gonna have a problem. So first thing is not knowing. That's like one key of fear, not knowing. But if we know who the Lord is in our lives, who we serve, if we know who we are living for, who we are singing for, who we are dancing for, if we know who He is, we shouldn't have that much fear.